Well, alright y'all, we got the Toro here. Got it up on the stands, ramps, we're going to get up under to work on it. We're doing the, changing the hydro filters and fluid in the drive motors. So what we got here is, this mower has the ZT 3100 hydro gear drive motors, so one on each side. As you can see the filter over here. I've already got this one changed. It's the old filter. It had this little shield here to take off, and it has three 3/8 bolts, one there, and then one right there. Take that, drop it down, loosen your filter. There is a, you can't really see it too good on this particular one, right in front of my finger, right above the tip of my finger, there is a hex drive plug that you can break loose, mainly for when you're filling it, but just to relieve some pressure. And so you take this shield off, break the filter loose, let it drain down into your pan. And you can loosen the reservoir cap. I wouldn't take it all the way off, just so trash and things don't fall down in there and get blown in there, anything like that. So just break it loose to break the seal on the vacuum, almost like you do with the oil dipstick. When you drain in the oil, you just break this loose, it lets the oil drain faster. So, and then once you drain it out, you can take your new filter, like the one I've got here. Take your new filter and some of the residual fluid that's draining out, just get some on your finger and rub it on the seal, rubber gasket that's on the new filter. Make sure that that gasket is there, obviously, and make sure that there's not two, and that the old rubber gasket actually comes off of the housing here and is on the filter when you take it off. So once you do that, then you hand tighten your filter, snug it up. Don't get too tight. Don't want to pinch your gasket, the rubber gasket on there. Make sure you rub some of that fluid all the way around it so that you get a good seal on there. Tighten that up, and then, like I say, leave those plugs loose just to allow air to be pushed out of them. So when you fill the gears back up, that, you know, it pushes as much air out of the system as it can, so you don't have any air pockets in it. So we'll do that on each side, and then what you'll do is you can fill it from the reservoir with those plugs loosened. It should allow it to drain in pretty quickly. And also, a good idea is to take, hang on one second, we'll be right back. Alright, so what we got, this is our OE Hydro Gear filter. It's a filter number is 52114. It's a replacement filter number. So you can pick these up at pretty much any Toro dealer. And see, you got the rubber gasket that goes around here. So you just take some of your gear oil and, just like I say, rub it around the outside. And then what I do is take some of your Toro Hyper Oil and actually pour some into this filter. Can't really see. You can kind of see right there a little bit the filter flaps material. And basically what it is, pour some in there and just kind of move it around and let it soak up, and go ahead and soak into those flaps so that you're not dry running it when you first start it back up. And then fill it up a little bit, maybe a little less than halfway, and then you can screw it back onto the motor housing. So once you do that, then, like I say, then you can fill it back up and put your filter guards back on and do a test run. So that's what we got. Like I said, we're using there again, the Hyper Oil 500 from Toro, and I believe this is a 4.5, somewhere close to 4.5 quart change, so you'll have to get 5 quarts, and that'll also allow you to go ahead and put a little bit in the filter, having that extra quart as well. So, and again, what you'll do once you get all that done underneath, take your cap off your reservoir, wipe and clean this up if you've got any dust and stuff on it before you open it all the way up, and you pour it in and let it feed down, and just make sure that it's kind of hard to see from this angle, but it's right at the bottom there. It'll say full cold, which is probably right around where my thumb's at. And so you'll fill it up, let it drain down, and then just make sure that once you get it all done, you're at the good level. So I have also been told or seen that one good idea is with these plugs is, since you got them broke loose, you don't have to take them all the way out, but keep them loose. You can take them out, but what they say that you can do to know when you're pretty much full in your gearboxes is have that plug basically removed, so when you're pouring the fluid in there, that the fluid will actually start to seep out of that hole a little bit, and then you can just tighten the plug back in there, and you'll be pretty much full on your housing, and then you can just fill up the reservoir to the proper level and you're done. So that's what we got. We're gonna get this, I'm gonna take this cover off here and get this filter changed, and then start filling it back up. So stick around. All right, everybody, so real quick, got the filters and filter covers, filter guards back on. So ran into a small issue. There's a little variation in the port plugs that I pointed out earlier, that's at the top of the transmission motors. You can see it better on one side. Let me get under here real quick. But these, this is not a job for a big man, y'all. Here we go. So if you look right up here at the top, right there, there's the port plug, and there's one in each transmission, same spot up top. This actually has a 1/4 inch hex drive in it. This must be an older model thing. The one video I've seen on how to do this, he actually has a hex head bolt that you can put a wrench on. And so my issue was with the one on the other side. It is right there, is it will not allow me to get a straight angle, sorry, into that plug, and it started to feel like it was rounding off right there. So I've actually left that one in there, did not break it loose. Let's see if I can crawl back out from under here. Excuse the video, guys. Everybody doing this with my phone. So not being able to do that is, if you can see, that bubble is actually having to basically just, since you had to fill from the reservoir, we're able to break the other one loose on this side until it started to come out of the top of the housing. So it filled up pretty quickly. But this one on that side, you can see it bubbling. Basically, the fluid has to work its way into the transmission housing and push that air back out, because I cannot get that plug out. So I think what I'll end up doing is going to the I'll probably end up going to the Toro dealer and finding a new style plug. I may have to get an easy out or something to try to get to that one, and once I can get it out, and try to get the hex head style that you can use a socket or a wrench on, and just replace it. So for the next time, but I got a little while to do that. This is about a 250 hour operation, what I'll be doing it at. So that's where we're at with that. And right now we have 172.9 hours on this one. If it'll, I don't know why it's not. There we go. 172.9 hours. So, and when we got this machine started using it, it had 124.6 or 125. So, getting this issue taken care of. Not sure what went wrong with the John Deere yesterday. I think maybe it just slipped off of the gear setting the way that it is on that, while that's bleeding down in there. Because with John Deere, what you have is, this is your deck height adjustment, and you can see it's geared. It has the teeth on it. So what you do is each one of these corresponds to a height measurement on the selector that you line up, and then when you turn this, you take the pressure off the deck and you turn this yellow knob to unlock it, and it will flip this arm out of the way, and this will fall back and hit the deck at the stop level. So don't know if this just jumped out, bouncing around a little bit, possibly jumped out of position. Nothing seems to be broke or missing, so we'll see how it does today. So just a quick update on that issue from yesterday. And so that's what we're doing here. Again, this is about a 4.5, maybe a little less than, right at a 4.5 quart change. So I've almost got 4 quarts in it, and then we'll just kind of have to easily put a dab at the time in and let it bleed down until it stops bubbling out. So just gonna take a little time since I couldn't break that other plug loose. And what we'll do is we'll start it up, and then we'll actually operate the hydros back and forth 5 or 6 times, and then we'll check the level again until we make sure that it's staying around that cold full mark, and that'll be it. So hope this video was helpful. I know there was a lot of jumbling around with the camera, but sorry about that, just shooting it with my phone. So, but if any of y'all have a Toro Titan or a mower that operates with the ZT3100 gears, this would be how to do the hydro change on those gears. So again, hope this is helpful. Thank y'all for watching, and catch you on the next one. So that's what you need to know about the hydro change on the Toro Titan MX6000. And one other thing that we did was we actually removed, well, I did, actually removed the rollover bar. I don't take this mower particularly anywhere where I would need it, and with the other bracket that sticks up here, it catches a whole lot more limbs than taking it on down a little bit. So I think this will have it down to about seat level, which is about where the one is on the John Deere there. So that's what we got going on with this. Got that off and put it aside. We're going to clean out the air filter real quick. It had a little bit of debris and stuff in it, and as you can see, this is kind of bled on down. So we're going to just pour the rest of this. Is the 4th quart, so we'll let it drain in there. And it's doing a little better when it's not so much in there, so we'll do it a dab at the time until it kind of levels off. And that's what we got. So again, thank y'all for taking the time to watch. I appreciate everybody who subscribed to the channel. Got a new subscriber. I think it was Troy or Tori B was the indication that I got. So Tori, I don't have it right on in front of me right now. I just glanced it earlier, but thank you for subscribing. I hope you enjoy the videos and the channel. Feel free to leave me comments on anything, and appreciate all my other subscribers. I'm going to try to start mentioning my new ones as they come, when and if I get notifications. So I don't get notifications on everybody's. So the ones that I do get notifications on, I will try to give a shout out to once I notice it. And y'all stick around for some more videos. Again, hope this was helpful for the hydro change setup, and let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Y'all be safe out there. Catch you on the next one. Thanks, everybody.